Your new favourite role might just be a reverse Mazzala. What am I talking about? Let's have a look. How's it going, folks? So today, why am I talking about reverse Mazzala? Well, I've been experimenting recently on new roles in the game that I don't use much, coming to the end of FM21 and ready for FM22. And I'm going to use this one in FM22. And you can see on this screen I've got a 4-4-2 setup. Now the two boys out wide are the ones I want you to focus on. These boys are my wide playmakers, Mahrez and Silva. Watching them in game, they are acting like a reverse Mazzala. What is that? A Mazzala, as you know, starts in the centre, moves on out, instigates things out there. These boys start out wide, moving on in. Not like an inverted winger. Inverted wingers would be more direct, pacey, dribbling. These boys, pockets, jumping in the pockets, in here, but also out here. They are a nice little role that I don't think we're using to their potential. Right, crew, this clip beautifully shows wide playmakers in action. So I've got them playing both sides, left and right. On the right hand side I've got Riyad Mahrez, there he is. On the left hand side I've got Bernardo Silva. Now you'll notice their start positions there are infield, so your wide playmaker is going to come into these sort of areas here. If he was a winger, when Ferran Torres has got the ball there, he's going to bomb down this side and try and supply the width. But playing wide playmakers, your fullbacks Walker and Zinchenko are going to supply the width. So if you've got quality fullbacks, this is another great technique. Now watch this as we play it on. We're going to highlight Mahrez and Bernardo Silva. Ferran Torres gets the ball. There goes Mahrez's run. So he's trying to affect things on the edge of the box, not out wide. And you can see on the far side there, Walker is supplying the width as we play it on. Ferran finds who? Bernardo Silva, who finds Gabriel Jesus. Let's bring that back a bit. So watch this again. There's Ferran Torres and look at Bernardo Silva, infield playmaker, wanting to instigate attacks, wanting to affect things in that sort of area. Round the back of him goes Zinchenko. As we play this on, Ferran Torres finds Bernardo Silva. Check that out. Zinchenko's on his way. Bernardo Silva, first touch. So he's got the vision, the technique to find the onrushing striker Jesus, who pings it in. Love it. Again, on this occasion here, Bernardo Silva's got the ball. Now, if he's a winger, he's going to be going down into these areas, touchline, whip. But because he's a playmaker, he's looking at the game a bit differently. As we play it on, you can see Bernardo, little move to De Bruyne. De Bruyne back to Bernardo again. Bernardo's a winger. He's spinning, and he's coming down here, and he's whipping that ball across. Because he's got the playmaker in him. He holds it, little flick with the outside of the boot to KDB, who drills it in. Alright, my favourite example of the wide playmakers in action. I've got two in this setup. I have Mahrez, like I've said before, and I've got Bernardo Silva. So you can see Bernardo Silva in and around the box. The boys over here with De Bruyne. De Bruyne is going to switch it shortly to Mahrez, who plays it back to De Bruyne. De Bruyne pings it to Bernardo Silva. So remember, he is a wide playmaker. His start position is going to be wide. So Bernardo takes it. So he can play as a winger as well. He'll take it in there. He's going to ping it across. Who's he pinging it to? You've got it. His opposite wide playmaker, Riyad Mahrez, who comes in and pings it in. Now, from a defensive standpoint, you can see we're set up in a 4-4-2, and your wide playmakers start, Bernardo there and Mahrez there, they'll start in the traditional shape, so they will cover the defensive positions. Even there, Mahrez is going towards the fullback, covering that area. But now he comes inside, so you can see, even as a wide playmaker, he's going to come inside. A winger would probably stay more out here towards the fullback, so that's something to bear in mind on the defensive aspect. But as the ball comes to the fullback, check it out, wide playmaker goes to the ball. So he's more ball driven rather than sticking to an area of the pitch. When would you use wide playmakers then? You can use them in a variety of situations. You can use them if you are possession heavy and you can't break a team down. You might need to go a bit wider and wingers aren't working. Or in this example, we've got a 4-4-2. I'm using the two in midfield as more as like hard worker, grafter types up and down the pitch. So they're not there to create the chances. That's when I'm going to use the boys out wide. So that's the system I'm using for these boys. De Bruyne and Rodri in this system aren't expected to create chances. These boys are, and they're floating around all over the place. Added benefit is, if he gets caught out of position, then I've got two hard-working lads in the middle to cover across. So what makes a good wide playmaker? Well, Grealish is doing it for Man City this year. He's already started. He started on the left this weekend against Arsenal. There's the key attributes outlined by the game. So dribbling is not essential, especially on a support role, but it does half help if you can get one. Passing, obviously, technique, vision and flair. These are the key ones. Balance goes in with that as well. Acceleration is handy. Now, the difference between wide playmaker on attack and support is slight. Here you can see. So your acceleration, they're not expected to burst into the box as much as an attacking playmaker. Both roles are class. I like to use 1. 2 is a bit overkill. I used it 2 for the sake of this video, but if you are dominating a game, you can possibly use 2. Grealish is a perfect example of a wide playmaker. So when you're playing your wide playmaker, these are the sort of stats you want to see. You want to see passes, plenty of them, obviously completed, and you want your key passes up high. He's got 5 in that last game against RB Leipzig alone, 3 in the game before that against Blackburn, including 3 assists. So that's exactly what you want to see. What you are going to see less of is dribbling. You can see there, dribbles made. If he was a winger, these would be way up there, but because he's playing as a wide playmaker, just the 1 against RB Leipzig. It's very much a pass-first approach. One final point, you don't have to use them back. A wide playmaker in the more advanced role is just that. As you can see, these 2 boys here, advanced playmaker. Same role, just further advanced up, so you can use them in 4-3-3s, 4-3-2-1s, all that jazz. Just means a higher, up the pitch with a higher start point. So that's my new favourite role. Well, this week anyway, I like to chop and change. My advice to you is, we're at the back end of FM21 now, getting ready for FM22. Roles and positions, they're not going to change in the match engine. Try some new things out. I've had a go with wide playmaker. I love it. Next up, I'm going to try something else, but go and have a little explore of wide playmaker and see if you can make it work.
Whatever it is, I've got just the cure for it.